Hello all, this is Mr. O. I want to go ahead and cover the works cited part of your Weebly unit. As you can see, I'm on my Weebly page, my editing page. I'm on the works cited page itself. I placed a couple of links on that works cited page to help you guys out. But I want to go ahead and cite a source just to show you how. One way you can do it. Of course, you can do it any way you wish. Okay. So for my lesson plan, I'm going to go ahead and open up the actual website itself. It's right here. I'm going to go to the, let's see, I'm going to go to the theme assignment. On the theme assignment, one of the things I used was the history place. That's one of my sources. So I'm going to go ahead and cite that one. So I'm going to go to that source. Here it is. As always, there's the address up in the address bar. I'm going to copy that, and so now it's copied to my clipboard. Now I'm going to go back to the works cited page. Let's see, here it is. Yeah, it should be turned on for us. So I'm going to go back to my... I don't understand why it's not showing up on... Oh. Okay, let's see. That's odd. I'm wondering why my works... Oh, because I have to publish it. Alright, so I'm going to publish my page. See? Sometimes I forget. Alright, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the actual website. I'm going to refresh the page, and my works cited comes up right here. Alright. So on the works cited page, this is going to change once I'm done down here. I have a couple of links. One of the ones I like to use is called EasyBib. So I'm going to go to EasyBib. You can see that I still have the address to the history place on my clipboard, so I can go ahead and paste it in here. And then I can cite it. And then it's going to bring up this window, and it's going to ask you a few questions. The red boxes are the boxes that if you know the answers to those, fill them in. And sometimes you'll find those on the actual website. For instance, the author, if I went to the history place, this is the timeline page, and so it may not have the author listed. And usually they're at the bottom. Copyright the history place. A lot of times your copyright, you can use that as your author. Because what you can do is they ask for first, middle, and last name or corporation, and in that last one you can just type the history place. Next thing they ask for is the sponsor publisher, and again that is the same. A lot of times that'll be the same company. I'm looking down here for an author, and what I could do is this. I already know that the history place is going to be my sponsor, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that into here. And then I'm going to go back to the history place, and what I want to do is this isn't their actual home page, so I'm going to go to their home page. And all I need to do is go up to my address here and delete all the stuff after the backslash on the .com and click enter, and it'll take me to their home page. And here is their home page. Now this right here is important, established July 4th, 1996, because then I can go to electronically published on the 4th of July. Alright, so the 4th, and the month was July, and the year was 1996. And you can see how it says if source electronically published, if available, you can put it in there. But I want to find this. I want to see if I can find the actual author to this page. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. A lot of times they're at the bottom. History place, all rights reserved. 2 rows from the history place. And I'm not really seeing an author. Here is the Holocaust timeline. That's what I'm actually using in my assignment, and that's the actual source I'm citing in my EasyBib. But again, I am looking for an author, and there might be one here, and I'm just missing them. But I don't see one, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave my author as the history place. So my author and my publisher sponsor are the same. Um, are the same. And you can see there's other options there too. But let's just leave it at author. I'm going to close that. Then I create the citation. Now the nice thing about EasyBib is that it will start a bibliography for you. Here it is cited, and here it is again cited, but here it is cited in the publication. And what it does is it'll actually create the bibliography for you. It'll place it in alphabetical order. Let me give you an example. All right, so let's say I want to go ahead and cite a second source. So I'm going to go to my multimedia. I used this as one of my resources, YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and cite it. I want to go ahead and open it I want to go ahead and copy the URL. So all I did is I right-clicked on it and copied it. That way I don't even need to go to YouTube. Now that URL is copied on my clipboard. I'm going to paste it in here, and I'm going to cite it. And it's going to bring up that same menu. All right, so I want to see what the article title is. Night by Elie Wiesel audiobook. Let's see, I may actually have to open it. Here we go. So I'm going to pause that. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Then I'm going to paste it in here. Now the author is pretty easy because it's Elie Wiesel. So the website is YouTube. The sponsor is YouTube. It put it in there for you. Now if I go back to the actual, if I go back to the link, you can see that there's the date right there. It was uploaded, and we'll put the uploaded date on it. October 16, 2011. So it's the 16th of October 2011. And the date accessed, it puts today's date. If you want to change the date to the date you originally accessed it, you're more than welcome to. Okay, and I'm going to cite it. And there you can see I have 2 citations. Remember in the earlier video I suggested that you create a document with the links on it. Now you're going to go back to that document, and then you can actually click on the links on your document, open up. Let's say I had this YouTube video as one of my links on that document. I can click on it. It'll take me to this site, and it will, and then I can go ahead and begin the citation process. All right. So now that I have, let's say I have all 10 or 11 or 23 citations on my bibliography, now I can print it as a Word doc. So I click here. Brings up this. If you're using a PC, it'll bring up a different option, but it'll be basically save it. I want to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just open it. There it is, and you can see that it's cited. They're in alphabetical order, and it even gives me the hanging paragraph. Now it's just a matter of copying and pasting it. So I'm going to copy it, and now it's on my clipboard. I'm going to go back to my Weebly creation. I'm going to go to the works cited, and I have here what I did is I did a title, text, and paragraph. I just dragged it down, and that's where I ended up with this. Click here, and I'm going to go ahead and paste in my citations. You can see that Weebly doesn't give you the option to do the hanging paragraph. That's fine. I do want you to have spaces between each one. You don't have to change the fonts on them or anything. You can leave them there at that smaller font. The goal here is basically to have the works cited. I'm going to publish it. Close that. I'm going to go back to my site. I'm going to go to my works cited, and there are my works cited. And again, I left some links there for you to help you out. One thing I wanted to point out, as far as your lesson plan goes, some of you had a question about it. Again, you're going to have the objective, the essential questions, the standards and benchmarks. You only need, I think I said 4 days. You can just leave Friday blank. Go ahead and put in 5 days, put in the 5 columns and just do 5 days, but you can leave Friday blank or Monday blank or whatever. Now you need at least 3 lessons. One lesson can cover 2 days, hence the 4 days and 3 lessons. You need to add the links, text as links. I want on Monday I will be placing you in groups, and you will assign this assignment to your groups. Remember, I want the lesson that you will assign to your groups to have 2 things. One, that it's in a color different from the rest of the lesson, and 2, that it has a link between the lesson and your presentation. In other words, the students can't complete the lesson without your presentation, whether it be a Prezi, like I did, or a PowerPoint. And you can always add a PowerPoint to your Weebly site. It's pretty simple. You go to your multimedia, and you just drag, actually you go to the page, and then in your directions you can just put, click on link below to download PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to drag a file down. I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to click to upload a file, and then I can just browse my computer, upload a new file, and then I can just browse and upload whatever file I need to. PowerPoint, audio file, whatever it is I need. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to delete that. Yes, delete it. Remember, it's file, just drag it down, and then you can drag down the file. If it's a Prezi link, just provide the link to your Prezi. What I did is on my lesson plan, and this is something you need to do, I created a link of text that is a link to another page on my Weebly, on my Holocaust unit. I click there, and the students go directly to the assignment. And then you have to do a picture with text. I showed you how to do that. Create a screenshot and then make that screenshot a link. And then the students can click on that link and they can go to my Prezi. And there it is. And then they can just play it. And I can actually have them do the full screen. There's the full screen. Here are the arrows to go to the next. Now, on my details assignment, you actually have to have this Prezi presentation to do the assignment. I'm going to click allow here to get rid of that. Go through it, and there is the map. Here's the directions for the assignment. Here is how to set it up on their document, and here is the map. So in other words, like I said, a student cannot complete that assignment without having my Prezi. And then there's my works cited. And I'll close this and close all of these. So again, you want the link that you want the lesson that you assign to your group mates, which I will put you in groups on Monday, to be in a different kind of different color of a font. That's what I'll be looking for, and and it needs to be connected to your presentation. Prezi, PowerPoint, any other. You can do Brain Shark. Brain Shark's another one. One other thing. Be sure that when you submit your link to this assignment, that you submit the link to the website you want me to grade. The reason I say that is because Canvas actually allows me to see what your website looks like when you submitted the link. So don't think that you're going to submit the link at midnight at 11:59 on Monday night and say, well, I still have time because Mr. O, I still have time between the time I submit it and the time Mr. O grades it. You don't, because I can look at the website as it was when you actually submitted it as the link. So just be forewarned about that. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, email them to me. And you guys have a good weekend then. We'll talk to you later.